Act 5 of The Comedy of Errors by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5, Scene 1. A street before a priory. Enter second merchant and Angelo.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none, that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly. Yonder, as I think, he walks.
Enter Antipholus of Syracuse and Dromio of Syracuse.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble, and, not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstances and oaths, so to deny this chain which now you wear so openly. Beside the charge, the shame, imprisonment, you have done wrong to this my honest friend, who, but for staying on our controversy, had hoisted sail and put to sea to-day. This chain you had of me. Can you deny it?
I think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, thou knowest, did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch! 'Tis pity that thou livest to walk where any honest man resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honour and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
I dare, and do defy thee for a villain.
They draw. Enter Adriana, Luciana, the courtesan, and others.
Hold! Hurt him not, for God's sake! He is mad. Some get within him, take his sword away. Bind Dromio too, and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake, take a house. This is some priory. In, or we are spoiled.
Exeunt Antipholus of Syracuse and Dromio of Syracuse to the priory. Enter the Lady Abbess, Emilia.
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in, that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I am sorry now that I did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon his passion ne'er brake into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by wreck of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men, who give their eyes the liberty of gazing. Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except it be the last, namely, some love that drew him oft from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Ay, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Haply in private.
And in assemblies too.
Ay, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it. At board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced it. Still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamours of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and therefore comes it that his head is light. Thou say'st his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings, and quiet meals make ill digestions, thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou say'st his sports were hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation barred, what doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heels a huge infectious troop of pale distemperatures and foes to life. In food, in sport and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed, would mad or man or beast. The consequence is then thy jealous fits have scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes, and answer not?
She did betray me to my own reproof. Good people, enter, and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then let your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labour in assaying it.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, diet his sickness, for it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself, and therefore let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore depart, and leave him here with me.
I will not hence, and leave my husband here. And ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Exit.
Complain unto the Duke of this indignity.
Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won his grace to come in person hither and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
By this, I think, the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure, the Duke himself in person comes this way to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusian merchant, who put unluckily into this bay against the laws and statutes of this town, beheaded publicly for his offence.
See where they come, we will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Enter Duke Solinus attended, Aegeon bareheaded, with the headsmen and other officers.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die, so much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, whom I made lord of me and all I had, at your important letters, this ill day a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street, with him his bondmen, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens by rushing in their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, anything his rage did like. Once did I get him bound, and sent him home, whilst to take order for the wrongs I went, that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape, he broke from those that had the guard of him, and with his mad attendant and himself, each one with ireful passion, with drawn swords, met us again, and madly bent on us, chased us away, till raising of more aid, we came again to bind them. Then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued them. And here the abbess shuts the gates on us, and will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him hence. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word, where thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock with the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Enter a servant.
O mistress, mistress, shift and save yourself. My master and his men are both broke loose, beaten the maids a row, and bound the doctor, whose beard they've singed off with brands of fire, and ever as it blazed, they threw on him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his men with scissors nicks him like a fool, and sure, unless you send some present help, between them they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool, thy master and his man are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true, I have no priest almost since I did see it. He cries for you, and vows, if he can take you, to scorch your face and to disfigure you.
Cry within.
Hark, hark, I hear him, mistress. Fly, begone.
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard, with halberds.
Ay me, it is my husband.